activate iya soap no every chocho for ensa no no na babu ma germs ne bacteria ne ade nyina atumi afiri ho na afa chocho white tea wo abomode anu no bi be ma ho be ma yemu ebe na wiemu die na afa uju so twa na aboho ban wo ye oba nso e babu na siesie wo ba yemu pa Franco Trading Enterprise no CCTV camera boga Frank wo de aba ye connected ma mobile phone wiase fa na ba bia da wo bia wo betumi ahudie ekoso ehye ye ofie anase bia eye omonte so say ye warehouse anase ye hefa ni nyina da wo betumi ahu esase na nipa bodefo adoso won autoso ne be ma na ja wotumi ada ho so mobile phone ne wakade printers ne wakade laptops ne wakade Franco TV Franco air condition ni nyina abode e wo ho to no online nenya 40% discount into www.francotrading.com and francophones.com na preso da bebia wo bia ne de abro wabobo no pe DBS ifoni enchense pani Caroline Plus en wode aso yasene na no wudi kuru da so a enso beto awia bebo ne gina ne na so enso beto ada kwabra ne yem hyehye ne sase wonim se wa fa enchense pa ene bo ne dan so eti enso ne hem ketua bia pe uboso ahyase ne woti nisuo enya se yare na ye no no anim so obekona ne dem ada ne watalu wonso asabe wonya tilapia so fish mu ena woda bomode Caroline Plus eti ya ma 20 years warrant ne bo ne de atofo mbokoti se obi a wasakete ne wo yi achente ma bo ba kuna de akum no ma mienu na Kelkits enenso ye toothpaste apose papa ba eno ye nkwada de na wo de ma akora na ebo mo se ho ban sa de be ya mo ankohyehyem na no so nkofa nsefu ya ema Kelcha koso de kaneti bidia ne nananom omode fra body train na ja wo de atwetwe se na abo ma ose apai se fita kane nanum kankan na bi ni ho na so ne yi abu ni nyina da ene se wo manfo emfa de pan twetwe o mo se ene de Awurade Adom Kelcha ko toothpaste abo e ba sa de be betumi abo ne anum moto huo wo bi anum moto huo timi bi ne banku bomade asa o sa betumi aka bi be ni nyina da fro na o se na pai se fita te se nkra wo na snake fo so na di si da ba no self employed and road drive na se de tie nie kakra obenya bia no emra wo ye adwuma na memfa ni nyina ntoteku na memfa ntopreku na memfa ntoboswa ene kalomo enye mpusu akese wo ye ne no atekakra na de ato esasa wo hinti ne egyina mowre de achi ankwa ma waduru mpanyin fie so efiri fie hye duase ekọ na afei wontimi nkọ wontimi ma no nya afei na akọ etosom abeto abusuafo so ya nto a wonni bi ya no a wonni ye ekọ ne yamfre wa wontimi nyi bi da bi eban sade ye hadwene etibomade a snetefo se kakra no wo de ba o makache a no boaboa no antientia ne botwa da cha nkwa ma waduru mpanyin fie so no snetefo na abehwew saa kopem sese be ba mu a wada ne kontonkro wi aboda mansa komu wada na pakan ba besi wo befa wo de wakọ eti won kwa na kakra na atwato no ubedi de san na odi akowom umpewe na opeden ene ne afre se sit fa hoji mu bi wo mo ne kuta yase no manwumre obi dum ye adu kumi kase mebe ede amawo na Facebook, YouTube, TikTok kane Twitter se ye friend S ni nyina ye gina na so dendende ina homa trade wa dwenche no fato o ibenya daje na afia bom se gon ede amawo ne bra Robert African da urumeti ye bekenkan ni nyina de amawo ye hyase de so obofo ne de ne nam ho paso be se na wotwemu ni de awrawo sem ekoso e wo fromantamu ene enkan kropon mu miam ya hodo ne poye mantamu miam ya hodo enwa ne yedi na rorisa ni nyina da ene se akonso mbosu tade empanyufo se de asia ya manesi yire pepepe no wanwe ya dako ye ne betre na chese adwura gum se dwurawo na eno akofa asem de abana ne wanwe ye kromu nya betuma wo kro ni nyina de akọ eti empanyufo ayo madwene se wiase awotoso de be menteja wo mu bie kakra na nsuo ne pefa na ekọ na pefa ho ayekọ no so ni bebia ekọ ko wiase na funtumu akosa e batatwene ama akoyira fo manfo babro de ho wonya babi na wono ma nyina da etinsuo ni ama wo mchase awreho pa na no na mampanyin da John Dramani Mahama a wono ne tu franka de ma NDC amanyuku na no wakọ akopiem wo ho se wiase awrechesem ya fa ne nipa ho na wiase o yanko da no da eti wo kọ na eja na ni kotu awisa no ne santem wo kọ se de no ma esikro wo kọ ya wo kọ mu bie no se sa samuasi ni no we the voter authority and we be kai was authority wo mo mamodia no mo homene so mo sori waka mo sori pehwam wo munya bibi fanfa no manfo wakodi senseme de obetumi ayede abo wo mu bia wonfa mo wo mo se de ukopie mu north ton south ton central ton ni nyina da age ton ama chese wo manfo ani brabre wo ho na nya agro afi no manfo se wo no ma wo manfo kuku no wo kaka wo mu tv wo fridge wo mattress wo ntade ene wo nkro ne ba nyina da afo se twon a wo ye ho hwa enye ye suga kopa ena ebie so no miamia wodo ho no panyini wo kopie ya wo de sansemi atudwa.
Number of people have been displaced, especially when we went to the hospital. You saw that the medical personnel have all been evacuated from their quarters and they are seeking shelter in a pavilion in the hospital. So they actually need support, they need help. Our understanding is that the water is not going to rise any further. From what we hear from the VRA engineer, he says they've reached the peak of the spillage. So it means that it won't get worse. But it will take time to get better because it will take time for the water to recede and the place to become dry again. We've had unusually heavy rainfall in the northern part of the country. I was in the north last week and I noticed that the white water had reached its upper limit. And so all that water is coming down to Akosombo. And so the people really need assistance. Unfortunately, my understanding is that NADMO has nothing. Happily, we've heard that VRA said they are going to support with some relief. And so I thank VRA and appeal to them that the people are in need. And so whatever relief they want to give, they should expedite that relief so that they can assist people to be able to cope.
Mampanyinda da John Dramani Mahama no na atese wode nsam atudwa na ni nyina da emu no enu ase asem no ni brisam o ni brisam na akoto so tofo bodade so ba bia wacha ne pan wo bo kwekwe na kire se woni hia no wase hwe asem na asa aban afa ne se aguraguru bi asa aban twetwe ne nase asa aban won hye dan fa asem na sem hia bi sa kwete se de ode wasem hia eja batan wase aban asem no se de situe no ya hwe ye bagye nsam wan hwe ya da ku ye bewu ya no kutu ban ye beka so essence asem no panyini tia wode akora tia wode wase aban fa ne serious no anya hu bibi.
This seems to be a bit heavier than normal, and so I do think it's fine, but it's also good to dredge, because if you dredge, the extra volumes of water are able to move faster. For instance, you can see under the bridge, several parts are silted. If all that part had been cleared, it will be easier for the water to flow through so that it doesn't back up into people's houses. This happens once in a while. It doesn't happen every year. It's just because of climate change. Because normally the rainfall in the north would have started subsiding. But unfortunately, even when I was in the north last week, it was raining very heavily. And so it's unusual weather. It's part of what is happening with the whole change of the climate. And so we just have to see how to adapt. Sometimes when you read it in the media, you think it's just a joke. But these are people's lives. I mean, imagine 300 dead bodies. All families called to come and evacuate their bodies, look for other mortuaries to take the bodies to. I mean, that's real. Imagine the Comboni Hospital, which serves the whole of that area, shutting down. They've evacuated the patients. It's left with only 10 patients. You know, and if it doesn't get better by tomorrow, next tomorrow, they might have to discharge those patients too. Some of them are in critical care. How are you going to move them? So what is happening is real. And I expect that, government should take it a bit more seriously.
Eni aye kwatie yeyi eye kane mampanyina wono ne tu franka ede ama NDC amanyuko no John Dramani Mahama ena otese wode nsam atudwa no na ese asem no wutie asem no ene kapa yi a se wo hwa amusieye ne nsu adwura fa so ensu afa amusieye ho amatsabe nipa na nkase afei na abusuafo kwakotuo no wape baabi di afa na nipa na nkase na sese ensu akwakofa no ebio ejana bia kra no ensu ayira fa no mfudie ensu ayira fa no ena ni nyina ne nam so na ninti ensu wo ho pa ensu no bia enye wahu na akwate se de otesu bonten ho na de nteso na eworo wonsa wahu akwate pupo obo na so na so de sukache ekoba ne se ha dwene kotwa mansa watetwia pia so na so ne se ko se jale bobo wahu ha dwene pa eno ne nsema mampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama wadi tudwa no na se de empanyufo titre ne ni tatwotwo wuro ne piankoma wo mamu wo bia de na ni kire ho no akwa akwahwe se de no ma esi kro neja enye so wo twa mo bia kutire no abese no kontrofi akokra wasimisima and if you gadochi sin is believing one man is what there now answer about was no yanka or man for Facebook could Facebook could go me patch or move and tell what if you 81 there one we are yes you quite be bro why you fast with me and a qua now if you what one animal was here to know YouTube yeah done with the Adom 106.3 FM YouTube sounds on obidum be a GH and also what channel to be that Facebook obidum be a GH no and we Facebook obidum be a GH obidum be a GH and on you be that near can carry a more and a YouTube and also what the two I be that near can carry the amount young queen Alan Quadrature I believe I can fry Afra Phantom one no end what day amanyukofo for cry idea but we cried was say enyamanyuko movement for change nurse and will be yet me den hoba ebedombi I wise a Christian waje hiafo waje ayare for Alan there once mo na no one so kopiem ho wa kopiem from mantem mo manfo enso yirifa wo mo no wakọ ede na kotwe bi si wakọ akohwe bi wo wie no de ya konsem wo de amom no de awekyekye wo de peace wo wasi wo your manager anya hwekura kọ from mantem wo fanso ho pa na ni ala kyerematia na yenim o obiara ni o obiara tezo no ala kyerematia na yenim ti na ni okọ from mantem a yesi fanse de wo gibi a anya agro enti wasi agro semi bai no si sabia ni bo a na akatre wahu ina se de tie bia nso no se ka na ntiri so na aka atro eti so mafo from mantem agro sem se ya to mo na wo so otimi ko no otimi ko boa se de bia bibi betimi akoso na anu ache na wo tirem se wosra aban se aban wanya hu bibia sanse wiase yesi hene a wo san wasa wahu san so de wo mafo bonsam wo bie etitre ne ani ntire twetwo woro ne piankoma wo mo so wo ka wo sase ba akofo ntire danfo ba akofo ensa so awurade en kata en dua koro so ntimi nya kwaye etu obi ammoa ketu obi ansua takuka presempo dama ya mo aboa no wo mafo kodi sensem ye fa mo se de be ya wo mo betimi ahare wo mo kakra na wo kɔ no wo se wansa na woni hwekura no posa ne nsem wo hu eti kakra bi a wo bia no wono so de koye e de no ma hodo ka ho a wo de kɔma ye nua no ma wodi sensem yi.
We are here this afternoon to express our deepest sympathies with you all for the damage that has been caused not only to members of this community but to the other communities affected by the spillage. I'm not sure whether an emergency has been officially declared, but all well-meaning Ghanaians should see this as a disaster that has to be managed to support those who have been affected. And so I'm here to make my little contribution, and I hope that other individuals and also companies and other organizations and institutions will also use this as an opportunity to support the government in dealing with this emergency. Civil society, the business community, to ensure that we have a disaster management preparedness plan that goes beyond what currently is available, so that those who have been affected will then receive the support almost immediately.
Enti Alan Kwadwo Kyerematen eno no ena atese wo de nsam atudwane na anso enu akyire yi ena ahemfo bi omo potem wo ne okopiem wo mepɛ se ya man klalo a wo hoye frɛ togbi kwasi na go a wo to so nsia waso wo mo baje no madase na Alan Kyerematen de waye no waye ne nyame so adwuma pa ne wiase wo ye bi na so adasani a ne frɛ waye boafo wo mo se Alan Kyerematen de waye no was abaso body de Ghana de che nyina yenka mom ne mo na baso pia.
Thousands of people have been affected. These are the only place that has remained, that the flood has not overtaken us. So we have now become like an island in Mefe, and the river keeps coming. It keeps coming. So we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So we need all the help that we can get, because some of our people are also isolated and on the other higher grounds. So we are pleading with government and all NGOs and individuals to come and support us. We are in need of so many things: mattresses, mosquito net, even food, water. You know, our water, but the river that we drink from has now been contaminated. It is not safe to even bath with it, not alone drink it. So we are pleading. We know what you have come to do is a lot, but we still need more. So we are pleading that when you go, extend it to your colleagues that we need Mefe Ntong who need their help.
Manklalo our woman pair. Talk because see nego our tosunsia in our taste what day some to Jana. Hi, Adom 106.3 FM, Yan Yanmas and 94.7 inch 104.5. Super Weekend News, naked. Cassia Bo and a minute, the last quarter, the chatron, you go every Adamount, Yankoyanim, Yakoyanima near the Anitrum, a war, Evalo, a Jomro. Messi no emu about 1% so. Embrache be or your friend Kufi Akunuku. Na wapanyini ene wadne sasha nkratase okofa nkrata na sadi omombra sitie no fa krata ne wi a ewoso omafo bia wodi ntintima wa manyukunim wotimi de wansasha ase di mu adanse sansa di mu adanse na afi wodi nkrata na kwa koma panyifo na bre no wi eduru a yetimi aye si dada ko kata boku tu apre maamie papa wuri bombom fire na watimi ayi mu ba ko wono na kwa gina manyuku na battery so ndisi amanyuku na battery so na fei wakwa pru wo mamu mrahye bedwa akonwa no e de ama omanfo wo value adwomro emensene no emu na wopanyini emre wode krata ne koye enu aso bibia di ho adanse se wono no obetumi akotia bese esanse ye pekrama yanwfi a yensa ye bi da ho enkofa enso nyame ye wahu na wono no wagina kotwa mansa wagina konsonkonso so atu kotwa mansa tu ama ne mogya ne bia pa akogu sisire kwabrafutri ho ti se ne kotre tada no wakaso de ababe wa ye nyina chi wa ye adwuma ma obi ahu bi so wopanyini wo bodwuma wadre ti se nikanika ya tonji foforo de atum etie nei se wakaso wo se ekobio ndi ana kyese wo so manfo etimi mana kwanya no wo so okukurumutia no hweta no de tim ne hwene so no sa kopiem wo mamu brahye bedwafe na sa kwanya ne de yase wo manfo aboga anya so ayo wo baba ako wo mahwa nantie na nantie bankyekere wo boa wo be yutu akonwa ma to apemfom se yepan a kyese wo bia ni wa watimi ahyeda akọ ne ba ako ni nimpre no so na so panyine we o se hwe yamfani ha ne kwa prinkensi mafie sa so na motie krom nyawa ne yankomade se die tie bia no wo be ko nimpre no so esanse adwuma wo boye no edi ho adanse se wo ko bi wa efata
John Kamali Mahama le power. John Kamali Mahama say, you don't pay this, you have to pay this elections. Abewe, you're based on experience, not try and error. I see. You know hear that when I say. I am in there. Yes, that's here from 2018. Okay, on ye. But you made history. You're making history by becoming the first young MP of this area. Essentially, you're making another history. Because there be a difference now, 1,000, 2002. But then in 2020, you're making history by getting 2,533. And then I don't go, you're making another history. Another history. You're making four now.
Wachi ami ani masem ka wasena na wasuma embrahye bedwane a wogina wode mo manfo wo evalu adwomro abato mpesua so kofi akuno no ina atresu wode nsam tudwa breaking the phone ani wo budikom epon na ni nyina da emu na tu ahene ne yesi ahene phone bi delegates enso ne adom kase botwetwe nkomo
bebi edru no sa wode abedi pele wode ko world cup no koje even golden boot ba na say wo sign release no ko fa local prayer I just one kasa na wo pese wo ye wo ma o team no gu nti ehu say ni pokoje golden cup no ba na o say ni ko biom
Since the delegate now so make out on the yentum yasanso en go back yet be all the man constituency no on develop that what constituency before the tell them constituency no by now elembele we develop person beble afafa from interpret delegate in yanken umbom yanto aba yafama onabukufu akuno kuni yanto on monsanso parliament the next 4 years on che yatitel Muhammad ba no oba man minister in terms of minister no o wakwanya beble tumu ayre appoint
say me nim no o yeson da be finance no bi ayeden enim no na mo ye dwuma paso no ono na wotua no do efi afunoku wa be ye bi ogudu so be ye ntumi njan no enfa ka fo bi a ye nim no she onye bi crop she mo aye le ye jan no ne aka fo bi a ye nim o basira na adwuma no ayede wa kodo parliament su che adwuma papa no ye de only your parliament wo obi e betu ba kase ye ko bi a ye brave obetu mo akasa ama ye ho ato he
eni ayokotie ye delegates bia wo mo evalu jomro na oteso wo de ensam atudwa no na yenko YouTube Wamafo bi adwenche omde afa wode aba wo call Facebook a obidum BGH eno so da ho wode ba ebenya daje be kenkan e de ama wesi e friend achidwo ne dia wode aba se 2024 Mahama e retirement emfa ho ene de obaye wodi ba yire pusa enya de betentame sanse de okani nyina da e propaganda ene wo ye obi ka se propaganda ene wo ye Kofi Parliament so de wode aba wo se aguna bobikuma apa e ho nam de we free ba ene wo se Ghana asumdwe man pa Nana Ekua Mwabwatching, Ablekuma Central, so dia wade abosi AK Dr. Baumia is coming. One so dia benu was here. Adom Kasiabo Mudem na November 4th, said the Tibiano, and then Dr. Baumia, or Bessie Samana Edia Bon, Master Planner Junior Kintampo, and so the Nedia Ba, and was October, a breast cancer awareness month. No munya da jina mo pa e mankanka e man of breast cancer awareness month munya da jina mo munye screen no ne ade nti se woni obi ho a ai woni ma brantie bia woni ya mimi se masua ye se ubetimi aba na eja ya boaboa mo kakra nyame so adwuma ne ye we sikasem bia nim na se bibia konkan isi adana asre ade no yesua wo yesua eski nisua enye izo Yesua, it's yet a boy mangana, it is sumo mangana, and no sompene. Mema yasumo, yes, mangana. Where's it 2 p.m. Santima Pondia or their body? Good evening, and or the buyer, Sasna Kofi Parliament, to the Yakan Kanda Damiku Pulu, one of their Syrian or the Abana, quack, and Akosa, and so the Nediaba was there. Poultry farmers or more Mayumu. Woman and I, your madress on better body, a moment, Penida John Dramani Mahama, with your friend Stephen Chumesi and Cranedia, or no Sudia Benu, where ye. Some year the by ye, dear, as if you are as a champion, watcher, and the trying to do it me at Ronnie Nicano. A honey answer 2 p.m. As Antima Ponsodia one also Ediaba was it 2024 elections, Mahama. One a bedroom Kunimuja kid the Lali, so the Nediaba, and was here Rade Asia Alan Kojutramatempa. And what else was happy birthday in advance to myself. You Radaman Quatinta Uja kid the Lali, watching a birthday you didn't say. I remember them Pabafu, hey, when you're Abafu and Remnams, they say at the Tabuatos, well, Kanya Bafu no Aprawabia, that you which rebisa on a hand, where they call the patch in the dear honor, Nanka dia Tosunanka Jankabano, where should ya also Eddie Abani Nanaka Mabwati and Yakin be that I am from Makumakunakosa, and so the Nadia Baenos A. Nadia Bakran Echoes was a political strategy, Pana Echoes on Penina John Dramani Mahama, or no Diabacos Biano, or found a campaign, a hey, Uja Kid the Lali, also the Yakin Canada and Anakosa, also the Yakin Canada. I don't 106.3 FM, Yani Yanamas and 94.7 Asia, 104.5 FM. I mean, I was a chocho soup. Winya be a wow, essence and my radio tosso. Giba Juba Mampe de Cruz, wooting what that mean that every free ho, will be a necessary boot to Mubos and say, China Yassi, no one. Ubers what Woban and Yahret said, yet you baby, and as what Tempuano, Utum Sampa, what it in your feelings, a baby as a crusade patcha. Bomadi as a chocho so put the Jarena in another be free ho, we are antibacterial soup no, one man said to me, I bacteria in another a year, dear free what the amount. Chocho natural beauty soup no, when you be a when your chocho cream, say bomb nebo, it win your chocho cream nanajas are one no, Neno swap one meridiana to say moton. Chocho white Tino, Bomadia son sabit me akabi essence no wunya suhye na wuyi na odi tum sana ubonse ne musa ne mu abonse ba ni ubonse ni na ise dontwon awurade ahode tam na sa wono ma esesi ni padua na ebiebie ntini mantin mutimi da ho akoma ni nya ahoden be ma odun so twa nya ahoden wo ba wonse buo mu se nkoyi abomadia son sabit me akabi Franco Trading Enterprise Franco se ne nipa bonefo adoso yesi trenye safo nya bie mu hudi obomu Bomadian say, Ubanya CCTV camera and the Bufia, and what was one of them and Jawatimi ada so enya gro. Ya configure the mawa, if we are safe and a baby would be out to Michel, mobile phone so 81 more offices, warehouse, store, and your few mono, Ubetime who the Elcos will be and which never be a face your car, and I know what change mobile phone and no one can printers, no one can laptops, no one can Franco TV, Franco air condition, Nina da abode ewo ho, air conditioners for papa, Boga Franke, Nensaron Wakofa Ediaba, your friend the fool, Madame, we are sound system, Jibu assumes Sasa, Franco Sano, tabletop fridges for ho, Sanso and Dobro Deca, and so Ninano, a Buama Bibia, etimi etrayin to www.francotrading.com and francophones.com, Prisoda, Babia Bubiani, Babro Wabu Pay, Abro 129, now after 40% discount. Your piso kelkits and we are posting papa and cranny diano who's a penny for diano yani moshika crying to the macrana 1 and my redenting penny for diano bomadia say ubenyam cranny diana ye diabana ebema cranny sia paise fita nanum betumi ada hona fi kelchaku e bidie kantet ye nanano monsano diano and abe for kwanso say mrada ni o ene ye diaba se fatwetwe sen wanu na hona mo ama o sen paise fita sneti for so the seed ba self-employed enroll drive nese no wankasa skaka krabia obinya bia na mra wo ye adwuma carpenter ni ana se wo ye mesi wala tu wala sa na wo ye mo amoto no ma traffic na ma e wonto bi adwadifo ma no mabɔ mɔde ama mo satimi akabisa de bia ebetimi abo ama bibia etimi akoye ede ama mo enti se koba se bia ewrade wadom wotwa mfinhye duosia ne eche ade aka no ade ana aka akwo ne visa na fi wankoye mɔbɔ ade ba ko ya pa ne se obedi de ene ye se cheche soso ye se soso cheche obedi de emra wo ye obabunu na afi be wiase obekɔ wo na abeye mɔbɔ obeye awreho wo sere no wadi na afi eno so akɔfa nsɛm foforo de ababɔ mɔde a sa wonsa ebetumi aka bie na ja wabɔ mɔden de ho abɔ snetfo na abo ama bibia so atumi akoye Gabasa Rafiu message awade afa YouTube de abɔ good evening bra kwakoi was Ghana de eye corrupt country in MPP phone de animu we so say your friend Stephen Amwa was me hwemo live me the free pensanum enamde eba Felix and so message awade aba was kind all the way Kennedy akompre kwa Japan ne bedi nkune Victoria Abrokwa won so good evening no wadi fra Samankesi Beyonce ni was watching ene mama birthday your friend Mama Esther Abrokwa inti Mama Esther Abrokwa happy birthday kese pan confirm same bwache and so the message about was good evening no good evening na metie mu pa nensem na work and dey na mo ba bi o ye we di onu aka sa dwira pon wode nam we see a friend Daniel Amankwa so dia wode aboss funny country Ghana agro we ni so do ya alele enso die ni was here yuko ena John kakraba so dia wode aboss good evening you so good evening ni bi dia duru so na watchum nsem
o person who don o platform area that what we ascend sibia da biara mi bi da biara ne fa o radio no transfer Adom FM 106.3 o betin sem papa show Adom FM 106.3 yeah
Adom FM you don't know stone boy talking is here me aseman Adom kase boy na mo die na yetie boy
to the Ghana we asem Dawson e pese me TV asem nsem a yes Adom news
Benin Cotonou Adom FM so you are far
Adom FM, it means yeah, I mean that is it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Adom 106.3 FM so na bro pese Ghana fo nye so mame sa atwo ense me ko twiko bata ko breman de ne tapa kemje ne yoyoyo ne gogongo na ebo kekeke tutu pola ene adwam de gu ne ho ye se bebo akiri de amount se de koko krache wo bo sika akiri de amahwesofo nti akanta zuo 200 Ghana 100 Ghana 50 Ghana 20 Ghana 10 Ghana 5 Ghana 2 Ghana kwansi peking kran yanum de nyune suoi ai suoi ta ye baba gu ye bu ye wi ake so se and some of the idea one could na what you move in the say. I call so most Italian penufo be a Korea say in Soira for man for Nipper qua permanent Sambre when you baby would do a 3 at 4. Russia Virginia would not more man for one of town, Okuja Tabrakwa. Added to just in the VR for was repious why you be a giant, as why you be a trasso. Ebaya is one will be no crown and won't tassel. Yadi anichire mu ewo domane ne potem na watwe mu beto dwa se forest reform so mu sunu gujama sans nipa bi de to tata wo mu ewo potem a eno so won se mepie monten nipa miense wo koye adwuma makoko board fo wapuye mantem ko wiase wo makwa kamera ma mo mati nananom wonse do na watwe mu so wa life of what is monten so se de tabo atunguram nam so nani o mo chichi nguram nam na amade ogun kwa mu nyina wo mu yiyiye na watwe mu eno so ye beba twedi ama wo ensem bi ka we ho na me obi dumbie edu kumi migusu tia konwa kese mu amebe edi ama wo hye ne so se YouTube wa adwenkyere na fabra bra Robert adawrumenti ye beba twedi ama wo sanso ena akọ Facebook a obi dumbie GH eno so wo de to a ye benya daje na fe ya kenka edi ama wo ase beba wura na watwe mu nsem na Elijah Boache edi a wo de aba still movement for change and what they about we so say your friend Felix na what the free Holland and what they buy no say can what the way Gabasa refuse so they what they about good evening no I would end I can Canada that yes say na what you some yam fenguram na what you mu ya ho yanka bi shemu ena voter river authority for Edibatu Mountain said Akosumbo Sutade and said the AC no and said the soon AC Edo Sofano 1 year beji and some that could be now Kwaku Irene so fast for the bench Mobabi. One much I say about Coco 2, Coco 3, and one more catch or man for what baby is so to bet me a year form so move through a normal conso. Ye names and any paribia fan say I'll grown and now mudio say a day you yet what yet yan ni pambro that say it's one a for man for matches. Okomu a man for pa said you no mercy te and Suania. Nanya grabim crow or more frocotna dine so. Our pump will be in a bush and no more rain. Enya grow as I won't mean that. Work at when you want ria. Be free our runner and so fast and for Eddie Abba. So won't to any other toson ya did 20 penny to a right jump who could not move for. One must call Cobo Juma Coboy money penny beer. Nanko Macap or demo any mountain so no near. Ye you are more baby away. Now, as I'm remind. Our one potom with your friend Amos Awusubolo. 1 year and century in what they share about Uzujobu and a church in common with him. Say, ye are same way, dear, same way, dear, a Hinoma Haomo, Oma Hunsuri, a few way, dear, a duchem.
Somewhere along the line, we were told that we should stay 100 meters away from the river. But our people did not buy into that idea. And recently, there was a sand winning activities by our people. And I made a pronouncement that we shouldn't win the sand but rather let's develop it into a modern beach like that of Manette. And our people says no, and this is what is happening. This is just a spirit, and it is causing us so much like this. Then what about if the dam itself were to get broken or to be broken? What do you think will happen? So I'm of the view that our people should stop the sand winning. Let's come back to the drawing table so that we take a critical look at it. Whichever way we develop it into beach, it will also fetch us money. And then one aspect of it too is that when people are coming out from elsewhere coming to the Mepe town, it will help boost our local economic as well. Okadama will also carry somebody. Plagia will also go. Somebody, the people will buy water from the people, the indigenes. So let us use this method to develop the locality. That is why there is a committee in the district called LED, Local Economic Development. So these are the only things that we can use to develop the locality. But taking it away in future, when it got finished, what are we going to do? There is no job opportunity in the town. Mepe is a farming and fishing community. There's no job opportunity. That's why all the youths are running away, seeking for greener pastures somewhere. So let's develop the town so that our people will stay here. But I'm not for the sand winning. Look at
Any I quote ye assembly member Amos, I was Ubolo no, and was Bibianco papa and your greda, semi for the Bia semi pro. Now some brankers who best in the trust never the Assasia Catrano. One month for no more there, I quite said they come do no do some you did ye, and near one potamu and can sway by ye, Quebec me a chin so no, don't so no, now come one tom no month for 2 and yana tone. I quite said what I catch from out of your women and Bia and who's so, and an ababi duos no. One for Nibia is so near for one monson Yaduka about to Komutremu, Yomanamu.
Actually came about as regard to the low level of the environment here. Most of the district we have undulating this is so the water passes through. There was a road which leads to where they fetch water. Sorry, not water, sand. Near the riverside. So it passes through those places to capture most of the highlands around the environment here. So areas near to the valley of the district, they are all flooded. Before time, people have to vacate the place and go to higher places where they feel they are safe there.
Omanfobia akoso mosu tade no ye bie ye ayirafa wo mo na atese woni adokase botwetwe nkomo no na asasem no mo ka etwa kowi omanfo wotu anwea ewo mpotam so se o madane sabe nipa bonefo yefunu bone yeso onim se masa nipa wanye wukura na samanye wo mo na ka wo binti asambre yi wo mani ababia ma wo nso wo kwa ata na so won kwa adwo na eno na mrahye bedwane wo gina odi mo omanfo no ton abato mpesua so Samuel Kugyeto abrakwa wo kopie mu mpotam wo duro no ye se ye ka yampekro bidi yes nipa nchemia ene obi kan ye was nipa nsahwe human being resemble nothing wasi emre wo kwa ene okun se de no masi koso no one wode to voter authority fo anim so bosere pa bokuta ne se mekura me akyekede wahu se de esi akwa na aise kwesi na ntatwene ubo ma woni bewu amom so awusi bewu akwa se central fia no ma wo fa na wafa musoja no so boja sade se ye kasi ye gya isuo yi se emra na emegu akoso mbosu tade ni mu adache ye beka se mu yanka so de obiri konfo no che wonu a wotimi dua bode twa ne dana wo ya amamre ya amane kanche ye egusre na so ankusia ga ene ye kasi ye bie so ai na yiri fa nkrofo yi etu aso asrepa so de o mabie kakra wo hu bo manya ne kakra sa na nya tse kantete abianwa sa ne be pon ha denche ko kakra no obobiri ko kakra no obobiri etu o mam ensom kakra no o mafo won ha o mansa no mabie bie nkra de aka ho a o mabie
costs to say particularly the 3-ton constituencies. Miami constituency area the most affected, North Ton. Disaster preparation measures na anka say penny 4 year particularly ZRF when not for or one yen papa into Dudrona. They've been taken by surprise and some continue to be within the waterways. And they are very dangerous. Omobeye another round of spillage. In China, me appeal is omunchen kakra na young rush with the relocation. As I say, to me, relocated in Kofoning and valuables to the safe haven. And yes, Omobie dam ne bioma asam kesia and the sea chain there. Say thousands have been taken by surprise. Properties running into millions of Ghana cities have been damaged, and people really are traumatized. It is exceedingly crucial, sir. They hold on and make sure that everybody is relocated. Ideally, this is what they should have done. And yes, sir, what issue press statement? Engage all of us. Me as MP of the area, Ubia and Freme.
Eni ayo kwoti ye mrahye bedwane wo gina de mo manfo no ton abato empesua so Samuel Kugyeto abrakwa no enu ase asam no kura ba ye na sanka obi kura nyi o masutire enka so de pese ye ndie na nko mo so hwe na nko mo no mo nkrofo twetwe nko mo so ba bia ekeka kono mo nkonkon so na nkofa asam amfa ma na so edie o manti so mu o manti jame de omte ane yo se abia so ne de aguma eri de afo manfo enu ase papa nguma so opa nguma so nye na mu de ne bom ne yemu ntia enye se bia wo hwese mpanyufo nyai emu omu mie nsuo no essence wo mu bia asembeba o ma mie asembeba na mum sre na wo sre pa senka be yanko mo nko no bokoboko o mo nko no obi ba se gosro wo hu sade be yankwaje wo nsem
mepe bato aveime siko agbetikpo vome ngolikpe volu alabo ayiwata the entire Togomo traditional area, Fojoku traditional area. These are the heavily affected communities as I say omo to omobo na yen relocate obia to a higher ground. Yen na yen say spillage ne dey say omo ye mpese dam no ebe say dam no say na say issue ni na e gashi out. The effect will even be worse than what is happening now. Enti men can say omon jai, but omon ka so follow plans. Enti in between the rounds no ye be relocate. And it's important say higher ground no yenya tents. Not move for or move for tent in bra. And I had to go and distribute life jackets to make sure that the canoe operators can move people safely. Into things like that, more life jackets, tents, and blankets. Who say, oh, or do higher ground or at least arrangement for her. They will not be too worried even about carrying or more mattresses, things that really material into a sacred and life is more important.
Opanyine kwatie ni niwa embrashe bedwane a wogina ode mo manfo nofton abato mpeso aso Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa yankwa Facebook obidum BGH mo adwentwa mo de afa ho de aba yankenka bi emfa mamo na mo famra mako de na mo yemi wesi kwaku we ye wo ba ye frame Mariam Asante Agona ho na mo Agona de same ya me kurum Agona te se de okoja mas no fa be kuma kuru ne dikan na bipua me bipua de she pa o obi a de she woni kurum ugomi kurum mo nsimi mo ena kule nu fa menya hwi won kran sa no wate etino Mariam dia wono ode abani o wose framantamu de ekoso no awreho pampanfo nya bibi emfa wesi e friend kwabena gentle ne dia ode aba woso mampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama nka obetimi de eba sika yo mangana bibi chese propaganda ne de awja ke de lali wodi ne dika kenkan bi dada akrokari junior tero enso dia wode aba wose God bless Adom FM nyame ensha mo pa ne adwuma pa mo wodi ne yedika kenkan dada we so see your friend Same Boache was wodi free asamankese en wodi ba no say good evening honorable Kwasi Kwanin Bosompem the next MP for Achim the propaganda ama phone propaganda you akrokar wodi ne yedika kenkan dada ede amount na we so see your friend Francis Mba so ede the message about Francis dia wono so de ba yenie was wodi free charity FM en wodi ba dua ya nkwanta ho na wotie ya dia free no se muda ho Adom kase bo emuda ho pa nti wono so watch feelings enya agro messages na edoso okay ye be kenkan na de yenkwa anim ye kwa anim na ye de ani kiremu ewansa fufurum na doma ho ne ekopie se santan na utufu ate se okode bresem wotu ane se mogabum na okona kopie mu wodoma ahenkro a na ne manim forestry commission unim se wodoma kuma bo ade borbor ade kwa ebretu a wode man no ena mpanyifo frɛ ne mrikisi intimi no ne frɛ ne samampo na samampo anaze emrikisi anaze kwa ebretu no ya se nipa bonifo bia kwa kwehyimu musu banyina te se babɔ ne awakwa ware so onim se afento na ware asinto otu banche wonua eno an so wotwe do man gran wo hu hyedua no wabu dia kankan no wabu framo no wabu wa wasapele mahogan ni nyina da omu bubu no saa rof edi tu wo mo nua bi emfa hwem eno so na forestry fo koka wo mo se sokoto kwa ape wo mati kwa apa se forestry fo no mo de ne se nkomba bo nua no homan na wapanyina wada wo mo ano wo potem forestry fo ne friend Dominic Wototen eno ase wiase wanton yare wunya no aduru omo ha ye ba akopɛ na ne forest guard foi dodo na ato anana no mo nsedo essence wo be kwa ibretuom kwa brane beba etuo pa ekuta no ne tekasim se tieni obeka se commando a chese wodi twa terminator 1 terminator 2 I will be back a chese wo mo de tata wo mo ye wo mo de ba ha e wo kwa ibretuo nim saa ntene na wo to asre na nanom atrankonwa se eja asem bi sura bodwese wo ho wo mo fo mu nyim na wo mo ase de be ya sa no ma na etuo betumi atwa essence wanhwe yi beduru ba bi na beden se opo bi kura so nkobo kwa ibretuo no ba ya wo benya bi
ye ne osiade yo osagefo ajimambadu the second ababishia na the woman say kwanya ye be fa so a ye betumi abo ye nkwaye no ban se de ye be adaachi nchiri manso ebe ba abeto de ye bishia nananom ye nyina ye nim se do man patamwa illegalities ekoso ene chenso ye nyina ye nim se mere kakra ni nsem ba ko na mienu bi esi wo ye kwaye a ye frɛ no Pamanso Forest Reserve etu ototo kra ebamu eno nti amakwaye no emo ye hu ama forestry staff ye nko ye ntimi enkonko ye adwuma esese ye ne contractors na ye adwuma contractors no kra no hu abo mo ntimi nko kwaye no enkoye mo adwuma simple obitime kwa eye den se ye be kose ye kwa kususu ne nua wabu na ama mfasode a esese community no enya ahemfo enya assembly enya wono nsaka ye ntimi nko nti ama ho aboyen aye den ti ye de abeto nana ne mpanyimfo anim se omommoa efa nkura etwa kwaye no ho hia biti se krankwanta di aba nkura ekeka ho de adesrede ato omo anim se omommoa na ye nyina nka mom forcefo nko aye ntimi mmɔ kwaye no ho ban ye ne policefo nso be kasa se be ya omo nso be boa na yetimi abokwaye no ho ban sometimes it drew se opese ukɔ a wo hia protection wo hia bambo wo be kono na bia nipa wo ne omo be kono policefo no omo nso omo ho bia omo ye nti ye ne ye forest gas ye wo team bia e friend rapid team ye ne omo na ekɔ but ya ho de no sha because the ekɔ so no de ahode no sha
Any a yokotia ye a forestry commission panyimpa won ne tua wo ma no wodoma ene ne mpotamu opanyini Dominic Otin in artist wo de sem atudwa no na ahemfudi bi wo mutie asem na anom se da bi o se de no masikeka kono mo ntwen e masabe eno ma nyensem ekoba ne sa na wo ya ye mpanyumbone a sabe wo hwema mofrawe nanka ye ka nanka refo a wanhwe captain's band ye de bebo wo so bekom na kyese wo munim ho hwe no no mo de nsem tudwa so mo de no ma egugu aponso se de be ya sa no ma wo nyina da eti obetwa na ne ose ade adwuma du wane na edi ani mu sanso de chanko akodwa ne se de be ya sa suban kankan akakabensam amimsam ani ni papa sam ani pa bi edi wo potem won ne nyina to betimi atwa
kwaye so ka kwaye no kredi amante bidom de betumi ade chenso ne namua ba de be ya ba ho de be nyansa de betumi abaye betwetwa emfa ne kwaso on so yonko for task force ho a so be de akire on so so mu on so on ba ka adwam se na de kankan bi cars na mo lodu nua every so me na mo de nam no ya no almost team hihye ne na ma tenten aka ne kokora de be poso team ko na so ma team bi team ko hwe gu ba bi team ma ya de share bi e ho ka tin se ya kwale so so for say ever be aba fa nua bi ahwe se fa de kwaso a che se on so be team de akọ se ne fa asembia emma eye do ma no e de o sei nua e wo do ma manim ha ya forest no e sei vize bia ma do ma no so a no de asigurem no otwa bia ope ye saade so forestry officer e ba ho one nananam so e betenase ono so de to animu se ne na no ka no ogitai na wuko wuram ho a chenso no ana do ma no aye adwuma kese e wo ho do ma no ne ye de otwa dua no kura bi ntumi empai dua ne ye otwa na je dua no kura bi ho ohwe so anya adwuma eno so emmoa ema royalty a esese nananam ensa ka no sa royalties no ntumi emma ze na nipa bebre na wuram a be twa nua no nya ho ponko mfufu am nyina ka ho ene ntini nananam be ka ni se efri sabre eko unia bia ubeyusu doma ade atwa dua bia wanje permission amfiri forestry for hono be hiawo ne be bisawa wantumi anka ho asema anyi krata no amfa ma dua na watwa no be yi egu
ahemfo bi a wo mo odoma ahenkro ina ateso ne adom kase bo twetwe nkomo no ma hodo anananom de gugu aproso se de be ya enua wo manfo twetwa no basa ne nyina to betumi atwa yanko asafo from na wotwe mu awrobosam wo koso e wo new Jabenof mansene no mu apoye mantam mu ene se empanyini miensa yasimi kope bibia bedie ne me be de ne nam yasi koko board for ne frɛ wo mu koko board for ne frɛ wo mo so wo momra na nkaja wo mamena bi wo momra mehwe emfa ma wo mo afedie nipa miensa kowura se kurudon wo mo beba wo mo beba de atri ya ne se popopo wo mato nana no monse do a kyese adane awrefo sem ti St Joseph Catholic Iresabia no Oma mukrabia wana sa nipa miensen yede wo makogu empanyini miensen eye Michael Ashi saazo na po okru na Jonathan Kukuruko wo mo na koko board fo bo mo pa sanko mo bra no mo maye bibi emfa mo mo akowiase akofa rohosem ede aba no na abusuafo to mo nka bi nhemu ene ye beto mo nkrase mo bra metie na rohosem akoso ni na kyese abusuafo mo so babia enye na abrantie Ishmael Ashi ne ba Adom kase bo ne twetwe nkomo ma wo tire mu sede no ma esi was asem wedie hini na hano pa Michael Tawia Ashi.
I would like to point out the fact that Mr. Ashi, who is my father, together with Mr. Paul Okulu and then Jonathan Kukuruku, who were members of our staff for purposes of details which we have already granted to the police. I think that in case of any additional information concerning their death, I'm sure all these informations have been delivered to the police. But what is most important is that as a family, we are bereaved. And so this is not really the time to engage in so much of information bearing or information sharing. We have communicated everything to the police. And just to confirm, before I leave here, that we are a registered company with the Registrar General's Department, and that we have been in this business for over 7 years and counting. So we are well abreast with some of these jobs. But yes, some of these incidences or accidents do happen. One person enters, the other went in rescue of the other person, and then he also got trapped, and then the third person, who was my father, also got engaged and then was trapped in the incident or accident. So on this note, I'd like to wrap up by saying that yes, we are a registered company. They were not wayside, technicians. These are experts in the field.
Any I quote ye a opinion friends Ishmael Ashi, Nebanim Pon as Nimuba Michael, Terria Ashi, no and artists what they some air to Jano, Naninada Emuno, Ukupimu, our new job in offer, Manson Emuna to Ranch and Wafuku, and you probably a friend can come to Messi, while Penny can come to Messini, Adoka say watch a train como, and a watch room send Kia, a Rohusemisia.
The tank contained diesel, but per our investigation, it had been adulterated. So the gas coming out from the tank was too heavy for them to survive when they entered into the tank. So they lost their lives. So we had to carry the bodies to the Kofodia St. Joseph mortuary for autopsy and other stuff. When the doctor came to examine the body, he told us that the content of the chemical in the tank is not what we are believed to have been told. It is not ordinary diesel. It might have been it might have been adulterated by other substances. So that might have led to their unfortunate death. And when we went to deposit the bodies at the mortuary, was that
Opanyini can come to Messina no Okupiemu, a new job in North Messina no Emua, if we are Mantemu at Rincham Wafuku and a penny pabe chair, would you have one more ano? Nana, what you Wildlife Division, Forestry Commission, Omoya Devi Pa Mubia, Yamwa, Nyangwa, Nina NSA. When him say a drew baby, a woman at Tabo, Atungram Nam Ekum, say, and one of Bruce Ambrana, Sambran, or Mofro, Moneja, woman, and no Metimia was said a bay or Massibedore. Now Sambran also a Cobana so Mafu Kunkumo Morin and what they do tea, a woman in a year. After baby, I see in the bedroom, and I'm no crying, Yabinia, and then your food stock was Yagina. Any quas will be at Mikum in Grumunam. Na eno no wamotisi monteso na na troba 50 mantam wamose sa nam ni bia wamochi apra no wamochi kusie nwansa ne tusane yi abrebie eno mo kura ba nyina wamose sa bia kama afedie wamose sa bia ya yese wo ho ani abayese ma inu nkwanim ne hwe na ma ewo mu yi na ma won kwanim nyina da ade wamose exhibit na ade troba afo ni bi adukase bonu omtwetwe nkomo
kwan ya fa so a check say emu a especially indigenous species ira most of them ira otrom kakre bi na obenya kwa kakuma no kwa no protected areas no mu na obehu no ohu chimpanzee kakre bi
wenya chimpanzee asem ai o afido ba
bo ura ya fridge mi ne ye demo unexpected ya alert ye ni hwehwe am abesesa your friends bushmeat adwane akranti amodeko ya no mo kasa ya man ti ase no modeko ye ene me bra pende ye se okwo no mo akakasa but okwo ne so mo sister mo nti ye be se ye hu se ye mbra se omutumi ye sara
you tell say ye adwuma na to na megu fridge more than 3 months na forest for baba say sanam say omo dinam no kwa o man ka hwe ye hono mbo wura ye ho e wo choba ye to adwanti ye pese hu sanam no omno ka den because obi nam go fridge on etum esesa ye question pese say nti obi nam go fridge etum esesa fi ho nti forest for adwuma say to ko bi dem ka sesa ne nam nti esere we di aban ko we di esere man go mu so emu because din say you do young boys say ye adwuma no mo ye esa
Omanfo ni bia waye choba e wo fifi mantamu en artist woni adukase botwetwe nkomo etrum say forest ifo wildlife for ni o mani ni ye kra ase wodi o modwere ho montrase etimpanyifo mra no meya no ye go Facebook omanfo bi adwen chomre afa obidum bi agh e de aba na afi yenkenkan bi emfa mamo emra mako yi ebobo so abos mani so brimi YouTube na YouTube we see your friend about Jonathan no say the world na we see your friend rich and was munya krono ne bo minim ni pakra bo kana se mu white angel and so dia aba was say woman panyin da John Dramani Mahama na adwene se Ghana fo ho ya adwene enhye da nkwa chire nche ne ebru fiase made mu no awaka dada enti opeso o ya no bebo e trekking shot no tumi ba beji tumi eso nya de anesa beka yate yankwai song of the week song of the week yes inshallah we your chame kwame mokas wo ko wanya nkotete nkwanche ya wasaba wone kimpaluta
boy see how I just want me so the doma. What you check keep penti boma. The winning baby break your doma. Bro na enti bronya. Boma osikroma. Shoba oda soja iti soja. Ne rock man soda. Soda on kokoda. When it has some brave man boza. The sound not your wa breaking. Watch out dear what kishay. Sigiri man one weapon. Medical chance and what you say. Make that Ferrari super class boy. Backside for like be super ass boy. Super class boy. Business class boy. Shama kwaba long. Super fly boy. Go make the money, inshallah. We make the money, inshallah. We go make the living, inshallah. We make the living, inshallah. I start to see you 80 people. Feel rich, unni your equal. Continue to come, man, ya break call. Ya mommy, I hold on to man to see so. 15 years dreaming New York, New Jersey, and also Hamburg. School never lied, man, you serious. My will was to fly to Yankee Hancock. And make the team a coma. Ni monte team a tuma. Ohiana team a homa. A bracket team a kama. Maradona, I do drink kum the bema. So that's one friend, my mama. Man, Frank came me mana. Before bracket, me mana. Man, who said, me mana. One now, one papa, one ka, on the one mic, yeah, rap that. Drop it, baba. The most so crop for brown. Body living I'm from the Kata. Just in the ranch. I am a arena. No coupon a shady pop. Oh, my playing your part. Tiki Saya Zella. So don't cry for me, mama. Don't you cry for me, papa. Let me know move ya, me conca. I'm a bit in a car.
Yeah, dear, see, inshallah, a radimubian San Canada, Ujidian Wajisu, amen. Obidum ye edu kumi any damages when you remember I'm somewhere. Na nipo bomb chidon bomb, I don't think. Hey, Joshua, Kwame Kulu, no, Kwame, inshallah, be you at it. Memoabe mumu, yes, modern bo, a boom so abasa. Inti sedi TV ano ebeje ebefa DJ na bi eno abeta oru hu be opportunity akọ wo fuse control o das ma ga say get na de obon kwan no onku adi onku didi ankon yo what oh young boy wash kwan de wasa kwan pia on wo fu ye ye nyina pefu kasi nya bi onku ana Africa Robert on the dear to social media. Samsona insia so udina insia as we chidon boy I don't think the bro kasari to the next level. Yeah the bro DJ na bi what the laptop Umia oba be twe wom enwompa na rap mu rap na betia papa bills so I crowd so na team ni nyina agba no don ichi rapper papa na ba we akwete pataku a woton nam se woba no anta wono abewe na de ono te rap nto ba na be ro for the rap be gwaw se baranzuri no ti mo fidie na akasare to the next level ne de to so ya do masema mu nyina mo ni tia pocha Franco Trading Enterprise still phone Papa Fie Samsung nie Nokia nie iPhone nie say your printers
microphone, accessories, Franco Trading Enterprise, Alpha One TV, the satellite, any ultra panels, Abomuma.
Facebook, Sauko Franco Trading Enterprise page. Nasa likes number 100,000. Ayoma, anyone muniga. Samsung www.francotrading.com. Android app, Franco Trading. Instagram, at Franco Trading. Nani pabadi for dosumti. Franco, the Momo pay code number 189480.
Your branches on the Bebre Wagana baby, Nemo, head office on the Twaya Dabraka, opposite Roxy Cinema.
Tema, Franco will